Why was like 1990s and 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s just filled to the brim with monkey movies? I know this is a chimpanzee, but it's a monkey movie.
I mean, Jane Goodall, right?
I mean, that's maybe a big thing, but there were so many. Like, I just looked up online a quick Google search and I found, what is this? Like 60 monkey movies?
Is that one like Curious George?
Well, yeah, there's the Curious George films, but
Uh-huh.
there's the Most Valuable Primate films.
Oh.
There's, let's see, Spy Mate. That was one.
Huh?
Yeah. Take a look it up if you don't believe me. There's a lot of monkey films out there. Shia LaBeouf was in a film called Monkey Madness.
What?
There was a film called Three Monkeys. I'm guessing there were three monkeys in it.
So Disney Channel was like,
We gotta catch it
we
on the
gotta catch it.
monkeys. Monkeys are huge.
Monkeys are in.
There's that one monkey that was what's the name of the famous monkey that was always like in every film?
Oh
April
yeah.
the monkey or
I
something.
don't remember.
What's
Debbie? No. What was her name?
she's iconic in the moment, but I cannot remember.
I'll Google monkey that's in every movie.
Oh yeah, there were space chimps. There was Ed, which was the monkey playing baseball.
Crystal.
Crystal the monkey.
Crystal the monkey.
And
She was.
again, we're only talking about monkeys here. This is an ape movie.
I feel like I really just know Crystal from Night at the Museum, personally.
Well, she's in a lot of stuff.
I know she's in a lot, but that's to me the most iconic. And that's what Google said first, also.
So then Jennie Project got made, and everyone realized we can't do a monkey movie better than this, and they kind of stopped.
But then Disney's like, it doesn't get to be on Disney Plus. Why are
No.
they trying to erase this movie?
Why are they trying to erase history?
Yeah, Jenny is iconic.
Jennie is the moment. She was a trailblazer. She is right in this Google list that I have, right between Funky Monkey and XP, most extreme primate. So
This world is too good for, or sorry, this world doesn't deserve Jenny. Jenny's too good for this world.
yeah, she's just gonna eat her little peas and carrots on her plate.
Does she eat peas and
I think
carrots?
so.
I know she eats sugar.
She eats fruit. She loves refined sugar.
Yes, she steals a bag of marshmallows.
What stupid film this was?
Welcome, everybody, to the DCOM Duo
I'm
podcast.
Benji.
I'm
We're the
Kelsey.
DCOM duo.
Podcast.
Yeah, today we're talking about the Jennie Project.
Monkey movie. She's an ape. And they make a point to say it in the movie. She's an ape.
Yeah,
But we
but
say monkey.
it is following the colloquial monkey movie.
Yeah. She's a chimpanzee that they adopt into their family. And yeah, this movie is not on Disney Plus, which is crazy, but it is a DCOM. We like purchase it on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real.
hmm
Out of like, I don't know exactly what episode number we're on. We're like 80s or 90s right now.
No, it's the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're really approaching 100th episode.
Yeah, exactly.
This might be the one that has risen the most in my head.
Really? For
Just
me, it's Avalon High.
yeah, but I had a higher opinion on Avalon High going in.
That's true. I know this one is like, oh man, we gotta watch Jenny Project. That one was so boring. And it's annoying. But then we watched it like
I
what, two
know
nights ago, and I was like, it's actually
we
fine.
had a way more open opinion to I think what it was. It is a bad movie, but
Yeah,
this time it was very much bad in a fun way.
funny way.
Versus the first time we watched it, it was bad in an unfun way.
It also helps. It's literally an hour 17 minutes. Like it is.
It's so
It's
just,
barely a
and they
movie.
jump right into the action.
Oh, which is kind of jarring, and I wish they didn't do that.
There's a
But
lot of things in this movie that if I was a furious film person, I would ask for them to change.
yeah,
But I don't know. For being a B movie among B movies of DCOMs, like this one still feels like a lower budget than those to me,
yeah.
vibes wise.
They just like
It kind of works
what
in
I
a
noticed.
stupid way.
What I noticed specifically this time, and this is gonna be hard to like say when we're going over the movie, so I will just say it now. The score of this movie is so like dramatic. Like every single scene is like they're doing something super inspirational is
Mhm.
what they're trying to make you feel like. Even at times it doesn't fit. So it's like the score for this movie takes itself so seriously, which is pretty funny.
This movie wants its cake and wants to eat it too.
Yeah.
It's really trying super hard to tell a rich family drama story of like family coming together and learning about each other a bit more and understanding each other a bit more, while at the same time wanting to have the silly chimpanzee antics.
Hmm.
And because of that, it feels like all of the seriousness that's coming through feels so non-genuine. The
Yeah.
characters that actually exist on screen are kind of either one-dimensional or just funny. No character has any filter and dialogue in here, which
So
is
true.
so
It
funny to
is
me.
really funny. And what's crazy is that they're like, yeah, Jenny's part of our family as if this is correct the
The
whole
moral of
time.
the movie feels wrong.
I'm like, no, this is not a dog that you can just keep in your house and that's like a good place for them. This is a chimpanzee. She can't live in your house with you as a member of your family. I'm sorry. And they do set her free at the end. Spoiler alert, they send her back to the wild. But I feel like that wasn't the right answer either. So this movie's just bizarre.
Yeah. Uh, I'm excited to get into talk about it because it's
Yeah.
just all this time that we're talking about. It's bizarre. There's so much stuff going on
Yeah,
in
for
this
such a
movie
short
for a
movie.
short film. For a short film that doesn't even really have much of a plot,
Exactly.
but it filled the entire time with stuff that's like kind of memorable. It's similar to what we were talking about in Avalon High, way back with the other
Yeah.
higher riser for you at least.
I mean,
I was always a defender of it, and I still had an improved viewing of it on my second time.
Avalon High is stupider
It
in
is
a fun
stupider
way.
in a fun way. I think Avalon High is the better bad movie.
Yeah.
But this one, what I really like, what it does is that you mentioned, it takes itself so
No,
seriously
seriously.
when you can't get it, and it's the what it's like trying to say about society or about like the moral, the message it's trying to get across, just feels wrong. It
Yeah.
doesn't adequately apologize for how shitty of a parent Hugo is.
I
It
know.
makes you want to believe that like the family needs this chimpanzee
Yeah.
and
They
uses
think
the chip. Jenny's just a prop in
that's
this
the thing. It's like
family.
this movie, they think that just having this monkey here and kind of vaguely talking about being a family is going to carry them across the finish line and make this a heartfelt family movie. Whereas it just kind of like, what you need to do more than that, you know?
This movie fails in an interesting and funny way,
Yeah.
and that's why I like it.
Yeah.
It's a bad movie for sure,
For
but
sure.
also the way that it chose to be bad is so much more interesting than like a lot of other ways this movie could have failed. So I'm
Yeah.
happy about that.
Way more passable this time than I thought originally. I think originally I was just like, that was boring as
I kept
hell.
telling you like when we were watching this, I'm like, this is a low key banger of a
It's
movie.
like, and I say yes, low key in the most low key way of like, this is not going to climb the top of my list at all. It is going to go a little bit higher because it's a low key banger.
It's just like there are so many quotable or memorable moments in this film.
But we're going to forget it.
We are gonna forget it.
Yeah.
And that's why it's low key.
Yeah.
But when you're watching this whole time, you're like, this is stupid. This is one that now I might recommend to a friend if it was on Disney Plus, which it's not.
It's not. You have to like pay for it, which is
But if it was
annoying.
free to see, I'd tell someone like, this is if you want a bad movie, this is not a bad watch.
Hmm.
All right.
All right, let's get into the fact of it.
Well, first, fan mail.
Yeah. Do we have comments?
Yeah, we have one comment on our Life is Rough YouTube short
Uh-huh.
from Amanda Ramos 4322 once again saying Raymond Fig is so cute, heart face emoji, and dreamy. So thank you for that.
What
That's
was
Mitchell
Raymond?
Musso's character in Life is Rough.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That his name was Raymond Fig.
Yes.
Funny. Okay.
Yeah. It's such a baby Mitchell Musso in that.
Yeah, it was. Okay. All right, they called him Fig, did they?
Mhm.
Cool. Thank you for the comment.
Thank you for the comment.
If anyone, if you want to comment on YouTube or TikTok or let us know any of your thoughts on any Disney Channel original movie, like, yeah, YouTube, or you can email us at thedcomdo@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So
Yeah.
thanks.
All right. With that, we can jump right into the factos.
DCOM. Whoa. Factos.
Yeah. This movie released July 13th, 2001.
Nice.
It's the 30th DCOM.
Kind of early.
Yeah, definitely. It's past like the 99, 2000 bump where like every
Yeah.
they were doing over one a month.
Yeah. Will say 100% never heard of this movie before.
Not even a cursory glance.
No, this is one that like Disney Channel did kind of just erase off the map. Even to this day, it
I
is
wonder
not
if
on
they
Disney
lost
Plus.
rights to it. I wonder if it was
Really?
like I don't know this for a fact, but the production companies that they're working with, I don't think is their typical production company partner.
Huh. It does still say Disney Channel original movie though. So that's
Yes. Well,
wild.
it is a DCOM,
Yeah.
but I don't think it was produced in house, and they may not have the rights, and they're probably like, we don't need to buy them back for Disney Plus.
Mm.
We don't need to buy them back to replay this movie. It wasn't popular enough.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Uh, this movie was directed by Gary Nadeau. He has very few credits overall. It was a very empty IMDb page.
Yeah.
He wrote the screenplay for the Robin Williams acted, Francis Ford Coppola directed film Jack, which is only really notable for the names that are involved with it. I don't think itself is that crazy.
Okay.
He also directed Angels in the End Zone, the failed sequel to Angels in the Outfield.
That's so funny. Okay.
So really not that much on his. So playing the main son of the family,
Yeah.
Andrew Archibald, is Alex D. Linz. We've talked
Mhm.
about him before in Full Coat Miracle, which he also led.
Okay. Good. You didn't tell me that. I probably should have just known, but I'm like, gosh, this kid's been in another decom, right? He looks so familiar. Yeah, he's Schlotz
Yeah, shocked.
in Fulcrum Miracle. He's a good
He
actor.
is like I'm kind of surprised they weren't able to get him for more stuff
Yeah, he's
overall.
good. He like could have been another little decom prince,
Yeah,
but
well, he retired from acting in 2007. He's
mm,
a legal researcher, as last I could find.
good for you,
Yeah.
Alex.
He also, non-decom stuff, he was in Home Alone 3. He was
Hmm.
the main kid in that. Maybe got a lot of hate from that because he had fill in for Macaulay Culkin, and
Yeah,
people hate when their kids' movies get recast.
of course.
And he was also in Max Keeble's Big Move, which
Mm-hmm.
was a little bit of a flop. I think that's where Disney may have given up on him a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
He was young Tarzan in Tarzan.
I watched that.
And it's funny because they go and watch Tarzan in this movie.
They do. Was that the Disney
No,
stuff?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they don't show footage of it, but I think
Yeah.
it was implied to be a live action
Yeah, I
Tarzan.
think so too.
Yeah.
Or maybe like George of the Jungle.
No, it was specifically
It
Tarzan.
was?
Yeah.
Did it say
It said
Tarzan?
Tarzan on the.
Gotcha.
I think it said Tarzan King of the Jungle.
Okay, cool.
Playing the role of the mom, which was next in the billing list for whatever reason,
Sure.
is Sheila Kelly. Even though, yeah, I think she's probably more important than the sister.
Yeah, I mean, she's a decent lead.
Yeah.
It's really just like the main four
Yeah.
are all pretty important.
And the psychologist.
Yeah.
It is Leah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Her name's Leah Archibald. Her actress's name is Chia Kelly.
Yeah.
Sheila Kelly. She was on the main cast of L.A. Law and also Sisters.
Okay.
She had notable recurring roles on Lost, The Good
Mm.
Doctor, Gossip Girl,
Oh,
among other things.
for you, girl.
I had like a long piece of knowledge here, but like she now has a bunch of exercise studios and dance routines because she played a stripper in a movie called Dancing at the Blue Iguana.
Okay.
Really came to enjoy pole dancing
Fun.
and like was one of the main reasons that's become less of a sexualized thing and more of a
Wow.
workout thing.
No, it really has. Like, there's a whole community of mainly women
Yeah.
who like use pole dancing as exercise. And it's not like a sexy pole dance. It's like doing cool spins and tricks on a pole. That's actually like really cool and fun.
So I thought that was a fascinating little anecdote about her career. Is she's a major reason for that change.
That's really cool.
She like pioneered making exercise routines around pole dancing.
Hmm.
Next up, playing the role of the dad, Hugo Archibald,
Huh.
is Lance Guest.
Okay.
He was the stepdad, Cosmo, in Stepsister from Planet Weird.
That's crazy. He's a dad in another Deacon.
Yeah. Which one is he weirder in?
Um,
He's really weird in this one.
he's weird in Stepsister on Planet Weird on purpose. In
Yeah.
this one, he's weird on accident, I think.
It's a real question of which one means more.
Yeah.
His best known roles are Halloween 2,
Okay.
The Last Starfighter, Jaws the Revenge, that's the fourth Jaws movie.
Okay.
So I really, not anything too crazy. He has other various small TV roles as well.
Mhm.
Playing the sister, the daughter, Sarah Archibald,
Hmm.
is Abigail Mavity. She's had recurring roles on Disney XD's Zeke and Loser and Disney Junior Sophia the First. So you know my both of those are like a good bit after this film.
Yeah.
So she still grew up into the Disney
Oh,
ecosystem a bit.
okay, girl.
She's had small credits on things like The Mentalist, Haunted, LA Noir, the video game, um,
Hmm.
as well as other things. She hadn't had any credits since 2015 until seemingly randomly returning to Sophia the First in 2026.
Like Sophia the First had been happening the whole time, and she like left and came back.
Well, I think the show's been off and on and they just had like a recent reboot.
Okay.
But I wonder if they like reused an old clip from her rather than having her go in the studio. I didn't look too deep into it.
Sophia the
But she got another
First.
credit in 2026, which is,
Hooray.
yeah,
Okay.
first time in like 11 years.
Yeah.
Playing the role of Dr. Fran Prentice is Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Yes.
Hilarious person to have in a decal, I feel.
It's awesome.
Yeah, she's an Emmy winner and current star of Abbott Elementary.
Yeah.
It's probably the most popular sitcom on TV right now.
We love it. It's
Yeah,
a fantastic sitcom.
yeah,
And she's Barbara.
yeah, she's a main role there.
Yeah,
She's
Barbara Howard.
probably the fourth biggest, third biggest role.
She's part of the
Yeah,
ensemble.
it's a main cast role for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
She was a Tony nominee for Dreamgirls, very
Hmm.
famous for originating that role, I
Yeah.
believe. She's had a lot of film, TV, stage credits over the past 45 years. Very popular overall. Stuff she's had, I can throw down a few. Moesha, Sister Act 2, Sleep with Anger, Thoroughly Modern Millie, Instant Mom, It's a Living, Wicked. She's a
She was
well,
in Wicked?
in the stage show.
Oh, the
an early
stage
one
show.
of them. She's one of the early Madame Oracles.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, among other things as well.
Cool.
She's had multiple albums that have like done decently.
Hmm.
On right now, she's working on Lin-Manuel Miranda's new film, Octet. I
Fun.
think that's coming out next year. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Big fan
very
of her.
popular.
She's awesome.
Playing the role of Frank is someone that's shocking amount of DCOMs. Joel McKinnon Miller.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's also in Miracle in Lane 2 and 13th Year. Always has this just like kind of evil side character.
Yeah, super small role. I mean, this is
Yeah,
probably his biggest role.
well, he's also a little big in Miracle in Lane 2. 13th
Yeah.
Year is really just like a cameo.
Yeah.
That's
But
like a one scene role.
this is the last time we'll talk about him
But
then.
yeah, he's best known by far as being the main cast of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hmm.
He was also in Big Love's main cast. Lots of various credits, a lot of scoring roles. This is his funniest performance out of all three,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. He's unhinged. Everyone in this film is unhinged.
But this is like one of the reasons I kind of really liked the Jenny Project more this time was because of Frank. Like, he was so unhinged and funny.
There's so many times in this film, someone will say something and you're like, you could just say that?
Like, you cannot just tell a 12-year-old boy that. What are you doing?
And basically every one of Frank's line is that
Uh-huh.
no one feels human in this film.
No.
Not a single person feels human.
Jenny feels the most human. Wait, you didn't put down who played Jenny?
I couldn't find any information. I saw in the credits about it, like it was two different
Two different
chimpanzees.
chimps. Okay.
I think it was Bella and Lula, but I do not act. That is me from memory of watching the credits.
Yeah.
I didn't. The information wasn't on IMDb, so
Okay.
I didn't look too deeply on that. If you want, I can take a second to try.
No, that's okay. It's not that important.
Now I'm taking a look.
Well, okay. Just kidding. It is important.
You entertain the crowd.
Their friends are saying, "Come on, Jenny, you a chimpanzee. Come out the treehouse like Jenny." What? You told me to entertain them. Climb up the rope, oh Jenny.
According to AI Overview linking to the American Humane Society, two chimpanzees named Bella and Ellie played the character Jenny in the 2001 DCOM, The Jennie Project. Both chimps were about 4 years old at the time of filming, and using two animals allowed the
Oh
production
my god.
to give them plenty of rest and avoid stressing them out.
Well, that's cool for them.
To get chimpanzees to focus on props, act out specific movements like throwing eggs or using a hammer, and interact actively with child actor Alex C. Wins. Trainers use pre-production rehearsals, familiar toys, and treats. Sharing the role also helped making filming eating scenes easier, ensuring neither animal got too full on set.
Good.
There's like a some other facts about that. Yeah, that was yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad then they were like actually really concerned. Like they took careful
It would be.
measures.
This is one of the type of films that would look really bad if you didn't get like the Humane Society signed off on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I'm glad they did a good job.
Yeah, playing the role of Reverend Palliser, which is the only other
Why?
person I put. I don't know. I did these factors a while ago.
Okay, not like Walter or anyone, just like the random
Yeah, I feel like
neighbor.
Walter. I should have. Let me check if he did anything.
Well, you
Alright,
can
Walter
finish.
wasn't in the cast list for
Oh,
Wikipedia, so it's entirely
okay.
possible I just like missed him. Let me make sure he didn't do anything.
Okay.
But first, I will mention the Reverend because he's here. He
Yeah.
had a notable role in the Terminator franchise.
Cool.
Yeah, he's voice acted in stuff like Clifford the Big Red Dog, Kim Possible, World of Warcraft, Monkey Island,
Monkey. The monkey.
among many others.
The monkey's fist.
Is Walter just uncredited in this film?
That's wild. I mean, he's not a big role. He has a bigger role than the Reverend, though.
He has a bigger role than a lot of people that are credited.
I don't even think the Reverend like says a single word.
He does. He knocks on the door and brings them like a banana
Does he
pie.
say anything?
Yeah.
What does he say?
See, when that happens, he's like, "Don't worry, darling," as she
He
runs away.
does.
Says
It's
bye
like
bye
barely anything.
because he's like so polite about the pie.
He is very polite about the pie.
What a weird.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, here's some fun facts. This was based on the book Jennie by Douglas Preston.
Cool.
Yeah, I couldn't find much about the plot. It's also just focused on the hijinks Jenny gets into. I feel
I
like that
mean,
doesn't read as well as a movie does.
no, that's definitely more of a movie thing. I feel like this plot is so simple. It's like, yep, he brings home a chimpanzee and they kind of treat her like family and then they probably set her free.
Yeah, there's like interpersonal conflict that they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. It's all pretty basic though.
This will film a lot in San Diego's Balboa Park and San
Mm,
Diego Zoo.
okay.
And yeah, they don't. It's unknown why it's not on Disney Plus. There's no public reason.
No, yeah. So instead of a Disney Plus description, we have three different like platform descriptions for you
Yeah,
guys.
we wanted to give you something because Disney Plus doesn't have a description. So,
Yeah.
uh, starting with the Amazon description.
Uh-huh.
A chimpanzee named Jenny learns sign language.
Yep. Way to go.
You know what? That's more accurate than a lot of the Disney Plus ones.
Yeah.
Here's the Google description. An 11-year-old boy, Alcee Linz, develops a close friendship with a chimpanzee from Africa who is learning sign language.
I
I
guess.
feel like that's a lot of failure by omission, because
Yeah.
all of that is true, but it feels like not the plot.
Like she's part of the family. And she is learning sign language,
Mhm.
but you know,
It's not like his friendship with Jenny is
yeah.
any different than the rest of the
Yeah.
families.
And now for the actual like good description, the closest that Disney we would give to a Disney Plus description is the YouTube description because we did get this on YouTube.
Yes. Um, Based on the book Jenny by Douglas Preston. The Jennie Project tells the story of a chimpanzee named Jenny, who has the ability to use and understand sign language. When Dr. Hugo Archibald brings home the latest in a line of creatures, Jenny quickly becomes an important part of the Archibald family and eventually brings the whole family closer together.
See, there you go. That's the description.
Yeah, but it's also, compared to Disney Plus descriptions, there's actually very little about the plot here.
Yeah.
It's only the last sentence.
They do mention the latest in long line of creatures. Like they mention he's brought home other animals in the past. I wish they went deeper on that. And like maybe
Just how psycho
flashbacks.
Hugo is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hugo's a horrible father and they really don't punish him for it. And we will
No.
talk about it.
But I kind of love that they don't. Again, if this movie was better, it would be worse. You know? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
If this movie was higher quality, the entertainment is certainly lower.
All right. You ready to jump into this
I'm
movie?
ready to switch us to this movie.
Oh, fun.
It actually works.
All right, we open up. It's a DCOM, a Jennie Project. Shot of the suburbs and the house. Andrew's like reading a comic. Sarah's watching a show. And then a taxi shows up. And Andrew kind of looks out the window. And Sarah's like, it's dad.
Oh my god, it's
It's
dad.
dad. And she runs out to greet him. But Andrew is like kind of staying back, like, like he's not that happy that he's
Oh my
running.
god, that's an absentee
Well,
father.
we're thrown right into this. And like, it is kind of nice that they show not tell their apprehension with the dad. But then they kind of just drop it.
There's so much in this, like, the real reason the dramatic stuff doesn't work at all is because later on, no character has a filter at all. They're just saying exactly what's on their mind, which is very unrealistic to humanity.
Yeah,
But it makes the dialogue very blunt, which is fun.
it's funny. So mom's like working on the sink and she hears a noise. She hears all the noise of like Sarah and stuff and she runs out to say hi. And dad's like, I would have called, but I wanted to surprise you. And the mom's like, I was beginning to wonder if we'd ever see you again at all. Ooh. And they're like, why is your luggage moving? We're right into this. There was no time for any like introductions. They have a chimpanzee right now.
Which again, I appreciate. I've seen too many movies focus on one silly concept that take like 30 minutes to get to that concept happening.
Uh,
This is, hey, we're going to be a chimpanzee antics movie.
yeah.
So we're going to get you that chimpanzee on screen in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah. So the duffel bag's rolling around because there's a chimpanzee in it. And Sarah screams. And mom, literally her reaction is, oh no. I'm like, girl, you are
Yeah, she
underreacting.
goes, oh no.
Oh no, like not again. Like this is a serious crime. Honestly, a crime. He brought a chimpanzee from Africa to his little suburb,
Hey, if
wherever
Michael
the fuck it
Jackson
is.
can do it,
How did Michael Jackson get his
money.
chimpanzee? Exactly. This guy is just a scientist that's like, yeah, I'll put
Hey,
a
he's
monkey in
on
a
the verge of discovering the most important thing in the natural history ever.
what?
I don't know. We don't really get to tell what his research is about.
It's so important though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the villagers we learned called her Jenny Quasigo, which means little one who makes herself look big. So we get a flashback to the dad in Africa at the little like village, and when they find Jenny,
This is
so
one of several scenes in this movie that are just like underratedly unhinged.
yeah, so okay,
This is an exposition scene explicitly.
he talks about how like there's a bunch of poachers around that would kill chimpanzees, right? The villagers kind of try to protect the chimps from the poachers. They try to, but they don't always succeed. So Jenny's mother was killed by the poachers, and we see them like shoot a poisoned arrow at
Yeah,
her.
with a homemade bow and arrow.
Yes. So they poisoned her, and they saw that she was pregnant, so they just left her to die because
One
they
quick
didn't want a
side
pregnant
note:
one.
anytime they refer to this place, they have like a specific jungle that they talk about. They never say a country.
No, it's just in Africa somewhere. We don't know what country in
Yeah, we just say, "Oh,
Africa.
going back to Africa."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is how Americans talk, let's be real. So after being poisoned, she was left to die because she was pregnant. So Hugo, okay, so they just have this like chimpanzee that the villagers found, and they have her kind of laying down among all the like tents or whatever. And Hugo comes out and goes, "Yeah, she's pregnant." Like he takes 2 seconds to look at her.
Well, maybe the belly was just huge.
We didn't get to see that.
Yeah, because they probably didn't want to find an actual pregnant
Yeah.
chimpanzee to act.
So he's like, "Yep, she's pregnant." And the villager's like, "Can't you save her?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm a PhD, not that kind of doctor. And also, that was way too much poison to save her." Like, he just knows these things.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's too much. Like,
How do you know
okay,
that?
sure.
Yeah. Oh no, she's going into labor right now. He's like, "Right now? Give me some hot water and towels."
And he delivers birth to this chimpanzee.
Yep, they bring her out of the tent and they're like, "It's a girl, Jenny Quasigo." And then we come back to the present. And mom's like, "No, we're not keeping this chimp." And the dad's like, "Yes, we are." The dad was like, "Yep, we are gonna keep her." And the mom's like, "Fuck."
He's like, only for a little bit.
Sure. And then Jenny makes funny faces at the kids.
Yeah, the mom's like, you've done this so many times.
Yeah, so the parents go in to argue and she's like, "This isn't even the first time you've brought home a wild fucking animal." And okay, she's also like, "You said you were gonna be gone for 3 months, and it's been 8 months." I stopped reading your letters after 3 months.
Having this big emotional fight. Okay, 5 minutes into this film,
And the music is so whimsy and
it's
inspiration.
just like a breakup fight.
Yeah.
It's almost realistic, but it's also definitely not. She should be pissed, but she also just forgives him.
She just wants her husband back.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still kind of mad at him, but yeah. He says, I know it's hard for you to understand. It was the most important work of my life. And she's like, the most important work is right here under this roof. And he's like, well, I'm home now. I'm like, with a fucking chimpanzee? This fucker? He sucks. I would be so mad. I would divorce him. I honestly would. Be like, instead of just waiting for you to come around and being disappointed all the
Being an
time,
absentee father.
I'll just do this on my own because I'm doing it on my own anyway. How about that? But that's not what happens in this movie.
So that's what you signed up for. You said, you said 3 months.
Yeah, you said
You
three
literally said
months.
3
I would
months.
be so mad if you said 3 months and it was an additional 5
Yeah,
after
that's
that.
not realistic.
That's not okay. She has 2 kids. Later at dinner, Jenny's just sitting at the table with them, and Dad's like, "So, Andrew, how's school?"
Yeah. For the rest of this movie, Jenny is just there,
She's just there.
always,
Yeah.
which is iconic.
He's like, "Yep, I brought her home. She's part of the family now."
Yeah.
It's wild. He's like, "Hey, Andrew, how's school? I hear your grades have slipped." And he's like, "It's not a big deal." And he's like, "Well, if you want to get into Harvard or Princeton, you got to start now."
He was in like 7th grade.
He's 12 years old.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, 6th, 7th grade. And oh, I think the mom's like, does Jenny have to be at the table with us? And the dad's like, yes, she does need to be at the table because she thinks she's a human.
Yeah. Which is a thing that happens with animals.
Yeah, but like he's like, yes, this is why.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna try and change that. We're just
Apparently
she
not.
has to be at the table. And Andrew's like, can I be excused? And the dad's like, no, we're not finished. And Andrew's like, you didn't care about my grades when you were in Africa. And he's like, that's not true. And Andrew leaves. He storms out. He goes and sits on the front steps of his home. And Jenny follows him and sits right next to him. And then comes our favorite scene of the movie where Jenny and Andrew like look at each other and but then the other looks away and they look back and it looks away. Like I can't explain it in a podcast.
Basically it's just a solid 20 seconds with music scoring background of one person one guy looking at a monkey while the monkey looks straight ahead, and then the monkey looks at him and
While
he looks straight ahead.
Yeah, and they do it like 10 times of it switching back and forth, and it's silent except for like the score. Like they're not saying anything.
Well, it's also silent because they definitely were like doing a lot of trainer movement to get Jenny to look the right directions.
Yeah. And then Andrew just looks at Jenny and says, "Leave me alone." And he storms off, and that's the whole scene.
It's so good.
Like, what is the point of the scene? It's so funny.
It's so good.
And I mean, I guess they're trying to be funny with it, but like, I don't know. It's so random.
It's supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to feel bad for him a little bit, but it's so random.
I don't know. They just threw that scene in. It was pretty funny. So then, yeah, the first night, Andrew's sleeping later, that night in his bed, and Dad comes in his room, and the mom comes in after him, and the dad's like, he seems so angry, and Mom's like, he's 12 years old and growing up without a father.
Everyone says the most dramatic stuff they can at any time.
It really is like a soap opera.
It is. It's a soap opera
with a monkey.
With a monkey. With monkey ivy.
Yes. And then Dad kisses Andrew, and they all go to bed. And in the basement, Jenny's all scared and alone in her little bed. And she's surrounded by like Christmas decor and a dinosaur toy and the furnace. So she runs upstairs.
Yeah, she's scared.
There's so many like every time Jenny's on screen, they just like ADR like random monkey noises that like people will be like, oh yes, that's monkey noise. 8 noises. Like there's no way she's making any of those noises at all.
But this ends with Jenny crawling in bed right next to the mom.
Yeah, and
the mom
holding Jenny's hand,
thinking this is her husband.
You just want us to be a family again.
And then she opens her eyes briefly and goes,
it's Jenny.
And he was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And that's like this movie. With any of these get little jokes and moments aren't going to hit as well when we're describing them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them just don't hit in general.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they all of them I feel like have some purpose of just being like, They were trying.
Yeah.
They squeezed as many hijinks as they could for an 80-minute movie.
Hmm.
And like we're not even talking about like the court scene or
Not yet.
all of the legal drama.
Yeah. So the next morning, Andrew steps into something sticky, and we see that the house is just a mess. The fridge was broken into. It's all so gross. And the dad's like, I don't get it. I locked the door. You fucking idiot. Sarah goes, oh my goodness. And mom's like, either she goes or I do. And then she does not make good on that.
Hugo is very much considering which one do I care about more.
Oh, yeah, it is a debate to him. So later, the parents are fighting. Mom is very serious. She's like, I am serious. And the dad's like, well, I have to go to the lab. I have to go do my work.
We gotta watch the chimp.
And she's like, you're not leaving me here with that thing. And he's like, it's fine. She's probably not hungry because she already ransacked the whole fridge. And you can change her diapers. Okay, bye.
Yeah, you did that with our kids.
This motherfucker. I hate him so much.
He's so bad.
He's so bad.
He really just drops these responsibilities.
I would take my children and I would leave.
Yeah.
Like right then and there.
I call animal control.
Oh my god, yeah. I would call the cops. Be like, come take this fucking chimpanzee away. Like, my husband's crazy. Send him in prison. I don't know.
I don't know if she's better than me or worse than me for going through with this.
I don't know. Later Sarah's showing Jenny her dolls and Jenny bites the head off of one. Mom's like, oh, Sarah, maybe you should read to her. I don't know. She's just like trying to clean the kitchen. The whole house is a mess. And she has to take care of her kids and a chimpanzee. Like, this poor mother. I swear to God, her name's Leah. Poor Leah. And then Jenny escapes through the doggy door.
They don't have a dog, but they have a doggy door.
Maybe they used to have a dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. Andrew chases after her. Jenny runs by the mailman. Frank. Shout out Frank.
Frank's like, oh my god, I got a scar from your last pet.
From the last lizard your dad brought home.
Which is like crazy to get a scar from a lizard, but okay, dude.
Yeah. And then Jenny runs to an old lady's house and she's outside like painting her flower garden. And she sees Jenny start to eat her tulips and she's like, Hendrik. The way she's like quietly yelling for her husband.
It's a funny little bit because her husband's on like the third floor of her building.
And this is the Reverend. His name's Hendrik.
Henrik.
Oh yeah, Henrik. Yeah. And he just looks out the window and sees Jenny just kind of like lightly running after the.
But this is presumably like 30 minutes more of escalating. Henrik, because it takes him a little bit after being able to hear her.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Later at the museum, Dad is talking to a guy in a bow tie and a mustache. His name's Walter, and he like
Walter is his boss? ?
He runs the like museum exhibit, but I think he also like gets the funding for the dad for his research.
Friends.
Yeah, they're friends too. And Dad's like, oh yeah, I want to go back to Africa for more samples, but I need more funding. And Walter's like, yeah, I'm sure we'll find it. The work is monumental.
They mentioned multiple times. This is just like the most important work natural history has ever seen.
And we don't know what it is.
But hopefully we'll find the funding.
Yeah. Is something wrong? And he's like, Walter, do you remember the chimp I saved? Oh yeah, pity you had to leave her behind.
And he was like, about that.
I brought her home, Walter. You don't know anyone that could take her off my hands. And Walter's like, try the university. They have like a research thing going on there. So then Dad goes to the university research center and it's just a bunch of monkeys in cages, very like small, kind of tight. Like it wouldn't be good living conditions for Jenny. So he's very much like, and it's all these like monkeys and apes that are there to have their brains studied. Like I hope they're not being abused, but they definitely are being like kept in hard metal cages, which isn't great, So then Dad gets home. He's like, is anybody home? And he looks around the back and he sees Andrew and Jenny out on the swing. Andrew's trying to teach her rock, paper, scissors. And it's kind of working.
Yeah, I don't think it's very ethical to raise a chimp as a family, but like this whole movie makes it seem like it's a great idea and something that should be thought because it's pretty successful the majority of the time.
I wonder how many kids were like, I want a chimpanzee after seeing this movie.
Probably quite a few.
Probably a lot. That night, Dad is banging away outside, nails in wood.
Yeah, the mom comes out like, what the fuck is going on?
What the hell are you doing? It's 8 at night. You're making so much noise. He's like, oh, Yeah, I'm just building a treehouse for Jenny right now at 8 p.m. Probably a school night. Or is it summer? We don't actually see them go to school.
I
Although
think
Andrew
it's
goes to school later. But
yeah.
like so many months have passed. It's probably summer right now.
This movie takes an undisclosed amount of time.
We estimate like 6 months.
Yeah, maybe more.
Maybe more. It's
And
crazy.
they don't give you anything to keep track of time.
No, not at all. But yeah, it's 8 at night. This dad fucking sucks. I hate him. Hugo. Um, and mom's like, yeah, Jenny almost gave that old lady a heart attack earlier. And it's like, oh, dang. Mom and dad argue more. Mom's like, Hugo, you said we weren't going to keep her. And Hugo's like, it's not that simple, Leah. Her mom died giving birth to her. I was the first face she saw. I was there when she took her first
And the mom
steps.
like takes this as a aw, but he has two
Bro,
human kids that he's been like
neglecting. Like,
neglecting.
bro, you are literally a father to your own biological children. Were you there when they took their first
This
steps?
is kind of human though. There's a lot of neglectful parents that come back and are like,
They
"Oh my god, this
care.
matters so much," and then they leave again.
They care way more about the chimpanzee they snuck in from Africa than their
Yeah,
own children. This happens all the
this
time.
happens all the time. It's like a weekly occurrence. Andrew wants to make the treehouse,
Andrew's like, "Can I help
and the
make the
mom's like,
tree?"
"Oh, just don't be out too late." And
Yeah,
the mom's such a pushover. She
she
needs to
is.
hold her ground.
But they do show. So then it's like a new day. The treehouse is finished. So obviously they've been working on it for a little bit. And Dad and Andrew like look at it with pride. So this is like okay, Hugo and Andrew are bonding again.
Oh my god, horse sense, am I right?
I guess. And they send Jenny off to check out her new treehouse, and Andrew goes up to join her. So it's like, oh, maybe this will be fine. Maybe it'll be good. It is a pretty sick treehouse.
Mhm.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's a bummer he didn't want to
Needs some
build it.
interior decorating, but
It's a bummer he didn't like want to build a treehouse for his
child?
children. Yeah, his son, his daughter. But a chimpanzee comes along and he'll build a treehouse for it. So then we get a montage a little bit of
Mhm.
like Jenny kind of living with the family. Sarah and Jenny look at like a music ballerina box and they're both dancing around in tutus, which is cute. But Andrew's like, no way, come on, Jenny. And Sarah's like, she is a girl, you know.
Yeah. Let
Yeah.
her do girly things.
And then mom changes her diaper. Ew.
And then mom's like, ugh.
Ugh. And Andrew talks about chimps in his class as like a book report. And then dad shows up with Jenny for the class and they like ask questions about her.
One of the stupid kids asked, what's her name? Like,
Dumbass kid wasn't paying attention.
so not important of a question compared to what else you could be asking about the situation. My god.
Yeah. Um, Mom and Jenny argue, like shaking their heads at each other. Jenny's like, no. And the mom's like, yeah. And then what she's trying to do is get Jenny to go use the toilet. And then Jenny does use the toilet. And she flushes the toilet. But then sometimes she wears a diaper. I don't whatever. Mailman Frank comes across Andrew and Jenny and he literally pulls pepper spray at them. He's like holding pepper spray up to Andrew's face, basically.
And Jenny.
And Jenny. But Frank is wild.
Frank is on edge.
He's like, I'm ready to pepper spray you and your chimpanzee. And Andrew's like, she's not an animal. She's a primate like us. She's our closest relatives. And he says, my relatives live in Jersey.
Banger line, Frank.
Keep that
Also,
thing away
yeah,
from me.
humans, animals too. You know that,
Yeah.
Andrew? Huh?
Huh?
Also, Frank always calls Andrew Archibald.
Oh, Jabal, because that's the last name?
Yeah, which is funny because the majority of the characters that matter in this film are Archibald.
Yeah. And why is he calling a 12-year-old boy that?
Yeah.
As if, like, they're peers or something. I don't know. It's weird. All right, cut to Jenny's birthday. Okay, so this is where our math comes in of like, how long has it been in this movie? Jenny turned 1 year old. We know that dad was gone for 8 months. So it's been at bare minimum 4 months of Jenny living with them. It's probably been more than that.
Which is crazy for the mom to just have accepted this.
It's probably, my guess is 6 months because he had to have been in that village like raising Jenny for like at least 2 months,
Yeah.
right?
Maybe that's why he was late.
Yeah. Maybe she was born at month 3.
Mhm.
So then it's like 5 months of Jenny. So then it's been like 9 months back home. That's crazy. That's insane. It's been so many months.
Yeah.
And yeah, the mom is just like kind of accepting it. Like, no, the mom is interesting in this movie because we see her do kind of grow to care for Jenny, but at the same time, she like doesn't really want her around. I think she's literally just putting up with it because her husband's home.
Yeah. I think it's kind of an abusive relationship she's living in,
Yeah,
where she's accepting stuff that she should not have to accept.
abusive is the right word. Just like wrong.
Unequitable.
Yeah, unequitable. That's a good word. Of just like she's putting up with shit,
In it.
inequitable. She just like is so desperate for her husband to be home and for them to be a family again that she's like,
She
sure,
wants a nuclear family so bad, she'd rather have a husband there and a chimpanzee
yeah.
rather than no solo
She's
parenting.
putting up with a literal wild animal in her home
Yeah.
because like it's crazy. But anyway, yeah. They're singing happy birthday, but they're singing
Yeah.
for she's a
Also, at
jolly
this
chim.
point, all of them love Jenny.
They all love Jenny so much. And the mom's the only one that's kind of like, why are we doing this whole birthday party here? Like, you just tell by her face. But
Hmm.
they have this whole party. They have hats, balloons, streamers, and they're singing, for she's a jolly chimpanzee, for she's a jolly chimpanzee,
chimpanzee.
for she's a jolly chimpanzee that nobody can deny. And they have a whole cake for Jenny. Um, and instead of blowing out the candles, Jenny, like, dumps a glass of water on the cake, which was pretty funny. And then she just eats cake. Then a woman shows up at the door. And we learn it's Dr. Prentice. Her name is Pamela Prentice. And Dad's like, oh, yeah, I recognize your name. I love your books. She's written books about like
She's the Jane
chimpanzees.
Goodall of this
Yes,
universe.
yes, yes, yes. Um, and she's like, oh yeah, Walter gave me your name. Walter, earlier from the museum. And she's like, I figured I would just stop by to meet Jenny.
She fully set up this whole thing as an excuse to come, like, propose a test possibility, but she wants it to seem like a stumble in.
Yeah, I
This
think
is,
she
like,
said
very
like
calculated from her.
she was like in the area, she
Well,
said.
that's what she said, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a very calculated move to try and get what she wants.
Yeah.
Because you know what? She's kind of a girl boss.
And he's like, oh yeah, come on in. Jenny's just watching TV. And she's like, TV. And she comes in, turns the TV off, and Andrew's like, what the heck? And
And Jenny's also like, oh.
yes. And Pam's like, if you want to rot your brain, do it on your own time or something like that. You can rot your brain alone.
And then Pam just is like, hi, I'm Pam, doing
Sign language.
sign
Mhm.
language.
And we learn that she's specializing in teaching chimpanzees sign language. And so Jenny is cool, like for this experiment, because they want to see if an isolated chimp will learn sign language faster than the colonized chimp. So, like, Jenny hasn't been around any other chimpanzees. Will she pick up on sign language faster? And Hugo's like, okay, but she has to stay here. She lives here in this house. And Pam's like, well, I would prefer her to be relocated for like control of the experiment, a controlled environment. But relocation might prove counterproductive to her progress, so I will come here and to teach her silent.
Yeah, it's like, well, you can take the living room.
Yeah, literally, Dad's like, you can have the living room, and the mom's like, no. How about
Yeah, the
no?
garage.
You can have the garage, and Pam's like, okay, yeah, the garage is fine. And the mom's like, how fucking dare you give up our living room?
So Meg's gonna come here 3 days a week.
Yeah, she says, although this isn't an ideal controlled environment, like the digs of their home is always just unhinged and so funny. It's like, I'm gonna come 3 days a week and I will offer you a stipend to use the like house for the experiment. And the dad's like, no, no stipend. This is Jenny's home.
Which is stupid. He's just saying no to money.
He should just
But
take
he's
the
also
money.
looking for funding for his next research.
Yeah. And she's like, all right, I'll be here on Monday. Also, try and keep her away from refined sugars. And the mom's like, she just eats what we eat. And Pam says, that's what I'm afraid of.
So, oh my god.
So
Yeah,
good.
this is what I mean. The dialogue in this movie is just people being mean to each other, having no filter.
Uh,
It's unrealistic, but it's fun.
yeah. So then training starts.
There's a lot of montages in this
So
movie.
many montages for such a short movie. Pam's working on teaching Jenny sign language, and we see like the dad and the kids working with her too. They want to encourage repetition and reinforcement. Um, so Jenny in this montage is just like not really getting it, and everyone's getting frustrated with her. Jenny tears up a sign language book, and Andrew's like, yeah, I don't blame you. Let's get out of here.
Jen's like, I hate sign language.
Sarah's like, "Why are you leaving without me?" And they don't answer, they just leave. Um, so Andrew and Jenny go to the theater, and he says, "2 tickets for the matinee,
He
please."
was just taking his chimpanzee to a theater.
Yeah, $8 for 2 tickets to the matinee.
Yeah, if you watch Nope, this would be like, uh-oh.
um, but yeah, dude is flabbergasted that a chimp grabbed the tickets. Pretty crazy. They watch a movie. It's Tarzan. Jenny does the chest pounding thing. Haha. Later, they get home and Dad's pissed. He's like, "Andrew, what are you doing taking Jenny out? Go to your room." And Andrew's like, "Dad," and Pam's also there, like, "Jenny doesn't want to learn sign language." I'm like, "Oh, she told you that?" And he's like, "Yeah, and she didn't need sign language to do it. She's the one who ripped up the book." And Pam's like, "It takes repetition and
Take
reinforcement."
repetition and reinforcement.
And then Andrew's like, "Blah, blah, blah." And then he signs something very aggressively at the dad and runs off. And the dad's like, "What
What
does
did he
that
say?
mean?" And Pam's like, "He doesn't like you very much."
He's like, I fucking hate you, Dad.
"Fuck you, Dad. I hate you."
Yeah, that's why Bird is so nice, because everyone knows what that means.
Yep. All right, so then Dad goes up to talk to Andrew, right, up in his room. And he says,
They're having this big emotional talk here.
yeah, it's wild. He says, "Look, I never planned on raising a chimp." Bro, you were the reason she is in this house. But he's like, "I never planned on raising a chimp. We need Pam's help now. Wouldn't it make Jenny's life richer if she could talk to us?" And Andrew says, "Jenny isn't an experiment, which is all she is to Pam." And he's like, "Dad, your work is more important to you than anything else, even your family." And Dad's like, "Is that what you think?" He says, "Yeah, you say you love us, but then you always leave." And the dad,
What a powerful, like, this is pretty similar to what we see in something like Smart House,
yeah,
and talking like through some emotional stuff at this moment. Should be taken really seriously and emotionally impactful,
right?
because, like, honestly, Alex D. Liz is showing it a bit here.
These are like real emotions coming from a real place of like, you keep
The movie's
leaving.
trying to show something. How is he going to respond to this?
And like the mom has also literally said to him, like, "You keep leaving. This is hard on our children." And
The movie wants to make this a part of the discussion, but it
yeah.
also,
And now you hear it, like the dad is hearing it come directly from his son. Like, it doesn't feel like you love us because you keep leaving. And the dad says,
and you quote,
"Well, I'm not going to bother talking to someone who clearly isn't mature enough to listen."
holy shit.
Bro said this to his 12-year-old son.
It's incredible. And he just leaves.
And then he leaves. Oh my god.
It's such a wild ending to the scene.
And he does not get redeemed.
No, he doesn't ever get
Dude,
proven wrong.
Hugo's one of the worst DCOM dads, I think.
Yeah,
For sure.
and it's kind of great.
And husband. He's a horrible husband and father. Oh my god. So then we see Pam working with Jenny and some more sign language, and Jenny is doing the rock, paper, scissors sign, and Pam is confused and tries to sign apple. It's like, yeah, we're not getting very far. So then later, Mom is making deviled eggs. She's like, "I'm just prepping for all of Hugo's colleagues to come over." And Jenny wants to touch the food, and she's like, "No, don't touch the food." And then Jenny throws one of the deviled eggs at Mom and gets it all over her hair. It's a goop moment. Egg and hair.
She goes, "Oh, you horrible
"You
creature!"
horrible creature!" And she puts her in the basement. She says, "You stay here."
Pulling her down and being like, "Stay here." She's gonna put her in timeout.
And then Jenny like hugs herself, which is like the sign for love, right?
Yeah,
And Mom's like,
either sign for
"What?
hug at least.
What? Hug who?" And then Jenny signs like Jenny, like hug Jenny, and then they hug. Okay, I was signed for hug. And Mom calls like, "Kids, come see Jenny sign." And then she signs Andrew's name.
Yeah, somehow this whole moment makes Jenny understand how to do sign language.
She just does it all of a sudden.
There's a real discussion, at least last I looked into, which is probably like 5 years ago, so they may have solved this by the time I'm here. Of We don't know how chimpanzees, if they actually know the language well, if they're actually communicating, because they haven't been able to really determine if these are thoughts coming from internal brain or if they're repeating patterns
Right.
that
Yeah.
are coming through. So it's
Mhm.
interesting. Obviously, in a film like this, it's very much implied Jenny is speaking her mind.
Yeah.
But it is really cool that there's animals that exist that we can have in some way talk.
Yeah, it is really cool. Yeah. So Dad runs down campus or wherever he is. Like, Ah, she spoke. Woohoo. Walter, she spoke. She goes, sees Walter. Walter, she spoke. Who? Jenny. She understands. Tremendous. Have you called Pamela? Oh, she's on the way to the house right now. Gotta go.
It's just him running through me like, yay! My
Hey.
daughter talks.
So we get another montage. Mainly focused around like Hendrik and his wife, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, he looks outside and he sees Jenny play and he's like, oh, love this little.
Yeah, look at the little kids with their chimpanzee, and he smiles at them.
Let's make a pie.
Pam works with Jenny. Jenny's getting better at signing, and the family eats dinner together, and everyone's so happy. And then Hendrik and his wife bring a pie to the house, and Jenny answers the door. And the woman, the wife, she screams at them and drops the pie and runs away. But Hendrik's like, "Hey,
Hey,
pretty
it's
cool."
all good.
Yeah, all good. And that's the last time we see them. All right.
This movie just wants to have as many bits as it can, really.
Yeah. So we see Dad checking the mail, and Frank is there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, like anything for me. I'm waiting for my funding to come in." And Frank's like, "Oh yeah, must be hard to leave someone as attractive as Mrs. Archibald for such long periods."
Imagine your mailman telling this to you.
I'd be like, "Are you trying to bang my
Are you
wife?
trying to have you bang my wife?
Have you banged my wife? Well, I'm gone for 8 months."
Do my kids call you dad? I'm not.
And he says, "Yes, it is, Frank. How's the talking chimp? She's fine. All right, well, I'll keep an eye out for that letter. Thanks, Frank." And he leaves.
There's so many scenes like this where it's just like, it
Crazy.
doesn't actually make any sense.
So funny. Mom and the kids then put Jenny in a dress. Really, Mom and Sarah do it. They put Jenny in a dress, and Andrew's like, "Man, whatever, she's in a dress." And then Pam comes up
Yeah,
and
she's
is
here for the meeting.
yeah. And the mom's like, "Look, she's in a dress." And Pam's like, "She deserves some dignity and not to be treated like a circus animal." And the mom says, "How dare you speak to me like that? This is my house, and Jenny is."
And Pam goes, "You're what, Mrs. Archibald?"
And there's silence. She doesn't know what to call her.
Like her character arc, the way that we can most organically describe it here is learning to accept the chimpanzee Jenny as her own daughter.
As her daughter.
Which is, again, a wild character arc.
It really is. And no one talks about how fucking crazy this is, except maybe Pam.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, Walter does very briefly in like one scene say, you're worried about, like, obviously Jenny imprinted on you, but I'm worried you imprinted on Jenny.
Yeah, that does happen later. I think it's probably this scene right now. So Pamela and Hugo meet with Walter. So like they're having it out, right?
Another just wild conversation.
Pam is like, "Jenny should move to my research facility. She's being raised by a housewife and two undisciplined children." Damn. And Hugo's like, "You will not refer to my wife as a housewife or my children as undisciplined. We're not factors in your experiment." And I'm like, dude, housewife is not an offensive term. Like, what? She have a job? Does Leah have a job?
Seems like no.
I think she's a housewife. I think she's like a stay-at-home mom housewife. It's fine. Is that offensive to call her that?
You want me to Google, is housewife offensive?
Yeah, why not? I'm sure Google will tell us for sure.
Is housewife an
Offensive.
offensive term? While not inherently a slur, housewife is often considered outdated, sexist, or demeaning. Many women find it offensive because it defines a person solely by their marital status and their relationship to domestic duties. So actually, Hugo's just a feminist.
Okay, you know what? Redemption for Hugo. I just feel like there shouldn't be shame for like being. Well, I think the term now is like stay-at-home parent.
Yeah.
Which is like,
And then
like,
it's homemaker if you're not a parent.
right. Which is like totally a fine thing to do if that's like what works for you in your marriage.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, calling you like housewife, like you're only there for your husband, like that sucks, yeah. But like she's there with her family and she does a lot of hard work around the house.
She raises these kids alone.
Alone! Yeah. So Pam is like, her contribution for Jenny's contribution to science far outweighs your feelings on this.
Very true.
Very true.
This is something that's like kind of glossed aside here, especially with the ending of this film. And I get why it happens.
They make Pam to be like the bad guy and that she's wrong about this, and I'm like, she's so right about this.
This is a great opportunity to learn a lot more about even just human brain development.
Yeah. She says,
think about like nature versus nurture. There's a lot of value to be gained from this situation.
Yeah, and she's the only one to tell Hugo this. It's just like, no chimp has been with a human family past adulthood, which she is rapidly approaching. Like, she's saying, you cannot handle this in your house. She's an animal. And she says she's one of the brightest chimps I've worked with. She's leaving the colony chimps in the dust. Like, she's so important to science. She does not belong in your house. Like,
I will take good care of her.
I
I
will take
will
good
pay
care of her.
you $70,000.
That's a lot of money, especially in 2001. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Like in today's dollar, that's gotta be at least 71,000.
So true. Hugo's like, the deal is you work with her in our home. If that's not suitable for you anymore, then it's over.
Hugo's principled stands are wild because it's never for his kids.
It's so true. He never thinks about his human family ever in
I mean,
any
this is like
way.
a little bit after he just got mad at you. He got called housewife and undisciplined, but ignore that.
That's like not
That's
even
so minor
th-
comparatively.
like, how about actually providing for them emotionally,
Yeah.
financially,
Hmm.
having a safe environment at home? Like,
Yeah.
chimpanzees are strong enough they can rip your face off.
Yeah.
What if Jenny gets angry? I know she's been raised by you since
There's multiple
birth,
horror
but
films that are centered around
literally,
apes killing humans.
literally, this is not safe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's a little baby right now. She's 1 year old, but she's gonna keep growing. It's crazy. So Pam leaves, and Walter's like, Hugo, we've been friends a long time. You're one of the most brilliant scientists I know. Jenny imprinted on you as a father and your family as hers, but there's a danger. Imprinting can go both ways. He's like, what? Like she's my daughter?
You clearly view her as a dog.
Clearly. And Walter's like, are
You're
you
doing
really?
such important research right now, the most important in the natural history world. Are
Yeah.
you risking your funding for
You
this?
don't want to get on Pam's bad side. She's like the leading researcher on like chimpanzees and stuff, on like
Hmm.
primates. Are you really gonna risk your funding for this? And he says, a cage is a cage, Walter. Jenny doesn't belong in a cage. Dude, and with that logic, your house is a
Hmm.
cage. Like that facility, we see it later,
It's
is
very
perfectly
nice.
fine. Perfectly fine. Like, plenty of space for Jenny. Just as much of space as like your basement,
Hmm.
if not more. Like, your house is a cage. If you're saying a cage is a cage, go put her back in the wild. And that's what they end up doing,
Yeah.
but whatever.
And that's where it's like, I get where the movie's ending for what they're trying to do,
Yeah,
but I just don't agree with
no,
not taking the scientific advantage.
yeah. So the kids help bring in groceries, and Jenny comes out and starts throwing shit around all the groceries, and Dad is just kind of watching from inside.
This is kind of referring to, well, oh, she's reaching adulthood. You can't control her
Yes.
because that's the first time in a long ass time Jenny's actually being disruptive.
And she like steals marshmallows and runs away to the treehouse. And so like this scene is so interesting to me because you see Dad like watching this happen and Jenny, yeah, being disruptive, like you said, to their family. But then they don't really acknowledge it ever of
Hmm.
like maybe this is a problem because they still fight so hard
Yep,
to keep
this scene
Jenny.
was not needed.
It like they throw it in and then do nothing with it. Like this is what they should be exploring of like, dang, is this what's best for my family? Keeping
Is
Jenny
this
with
what's best
us?
for Jenny?
Is this what's best for Jenny?
The
It's
answer is
not.
no.
They really are showing and not telling in every step of this movie. And I'm like, can you tell a little bit more? Just a little bit? Or show further? Like, this movie's so short
Yeah.
that they could have done more, but they didn't.
Again, this is not a good movie,
No.
but it's an entertaining bad movie
Yeah.
because of a lot of the choices they made. So
Yeah.
I'm very thankful that they made these bad choices.
Yeah. All right. So then Frank comes to the door. You know, our mailman, Frank. Andrew comes out and he's like, oh, is your dad here? He's like, no. Even though he is home, they show
No,
him
he comes
later.
home right
Oh,
after
he
this.
comes home
Yeah,
after? Okay, I thought he was already in the house.
no.
Whatever. He's like, well, I think this is a letter your dad was waiting for. And then Frank looks this 12-year-old boy in the eyes and says, must be hard growing up around here with your sorry. Must be hard growing up without your dad around. And that chimp, huh? You know, you should really start hanging out with some of your own species. You're starting to look like her. People are talking. Like, my God, Frank.
I love this. It's so unhinged, and for what? It
What?
helps nothing.
He's like, hey, Andrew, you're fucking weird hanging out with a chimpanzee all the time. Like, it's crazy. First, just unhinged being like, oh yeah, it must be hard that your dad's gone. Like, okay. And then being like, oh, people are starting to talk about you and how you're hanging out with the chimp all the time. Oh, Frank is so unhinged.
Yeah, he's wonderful. And Andrew just walks in holding the letter, and he's looking at the mirror trying to see if he looks like a chimp.
And the dad comes in. He's like, "Any mail for me?" And Andrew's like, "No."
He quickly hides it behind his back, so it's still visible in the mirror that he was just looking at,
That would have
that the
been a
dad's looking in front of him.
that would have been a good like visual thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that night Andrew's up with Jenny in the treehouse, and he's talking about how hard it is when Dad's away. And he's like, "This,
Jenny's always a very patient listener to
yeah,
English, and it's implied that Jenny can hear and understand what this English means.
a little bit." Well, he tells her like this letter's funding to go back to Africa. He'll probably be gone another 8 months. And when he's gone, sometimes I forget what he looks like, what he sounds like. And then he rips up the letter, and Jenny rips it too and signs bad, and Andrew signs bad. Like, yes, bad. So this is the sign language part being like, letter bad, right? Okay, so later an old guy's yelling at Frank.
This is Frank's worst day. Let me tell you, you are right.
Frank has a very bad day today. An old guy's yelling at him, and he says, "Don't get sassy with me, mail boy." And then another woman's yelling at Frank. So I'm like, geez, what's happening? Does Frank suck at his job? Like, so many people are yelling at Frank right now about like their mail that they haven't gotten. And Frank is like, okay, obviously something has gone wrong. I promise I'll find your mail. And he walks off. And then he sees a little trail of like ripped up letters, ripped up mail. And he sees like, oh my gosh, this is all the mail that like the missing mail that people are mad about. So he sneaks around and he sees that the letters lead to Jenny's treehouse. So he climbs up the treehouse and sees a ton of mail.
Jenny's just like going around robbing mail.
And then Jenny's at the bottom. She's not in the treehouse, and she starts shaking the ladder
Yeah.
and laughing at
Just
Frank.
to be mean.
Yeah.
And makes him fall on his butt.
She hates Frank.
Yeah. Because Frank's the letter guy.
And then Andrew comes out as Frank starts like he grabs a huge plank of wood and is act like he's gonna whack Jenny with it. And so Sarah comes up and just stomps on Frank's foot and says, "Pick up someone your own size." Like little girl just bodied this grown ass man.
Yeah. Just stomps on him very softly in like a big rubber boot.
Yeah.
So it would not have hurt. But
Apparently
Frank,
it hurt.
It hurt.
And then Jenny, while this is happening, hijacks the mail truck.
Turns it on apparently and starts driving. Knows how to drive.
Starts driving around.
Crazy.
Mail is flying out the back. Frank and Andrew chase after her, and then like Hugo comes at some point. Hugo almost gets hit by the car on his bike.
Which is so then he's a part of the chase too. At some point in this process, Frank also threatens legal action.
I think after it stops.
No, I think it happens like during when he first falls on his butt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, is a small throwaway line, but it matters for later because he does do legal action.
And she runs over a fire hydrant and jack
that's what really gets her and the car to stop.
Yeah, it finally stops. So
and now all of them run after, and Frank's like, "How the fuck am I going to explain this to my supervisor?"
Good question.
Is this covered by insurance?
But Hugo and Andrew are concerned for Jenny, and they rush her to the emergency room. Yes, the human emergency room.
I actually kind of like this a lot as a plot point. They don't do it right.
No.
But the concept of you're so, like, this is a revelation to you that you're viewing this animal as a human is it didn't run through your brain to bring her to a vet.
But then they literally get rewarded for it, and they do treat her like a human.
Which is why it's also so stupid.
It's crazy. So yeah, so they have her all wrapped up in a blanket, and they're like, "What do we have here?" And he's like, "Possible fracture, blah blah blah." And
then she opens the blanket, and she goes, "What?
Is that a chimpanzee?" And he's like, "Yeah." And they say, "This is a hospital for humans." And he says, "This is outrageous."
You're going to refuse her admission? And the nurse is like, "Yes.
Yes, we are going to refuse a chimpanzee in this human hospital. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?"
Like, well, how do you think the pit would react?
I think Robbie would be like, "Send her out of my ER." I think this would be angry Robbie. I think he'd be like, "This is not a zoo. This is a serious emergency room, trauma center, blah, blah, blah." Anyway, Andrew sits with Jenny in the waiting room. By the way, she looks fine. Because obviously the actor Monkey isn't actually injured. But they say later she has like a broken foot. Whatever. He's sitting with her in the waiting room as like Hugo argues with the nurse some more. And he signs to Jenny that he loves her, which is really sweet. And then a deaf kid comes over. He sees that they're using sign language, and he signs with Andrew. and there's like signing back and forth. It's cool that Andrew's like fluent in sign
Yeah.
language now.
Andrew has maybe just made a friend of his own species.
Oh my god, yay! And he says like, "This is Jennie."
This kid doesn't appear for the rest of the movie, but
No.
like, there's not a moment where it would make sense for that to have happened.
Yeah. And yeah, there's like, "This is Jennie," and then the kid signs, "Don't worry, Jennie, feel better soon," which is really cute. And the nurse sees this exchange happen and is like, "Oh wow, she knows sign language." Like she has a moment of like, "I'll go get the doctor." She decides that Jennie is close enough to being a human, and she will go get the human doctor. And so
Crazy.
she gets treated later. Dad comes out and tells Andrew, like, it was just a minor fracture. She'll be fine. She has a little cast on her ankle. And they're able to take her home. But they don't take her home. They take her to the courthouse. Quick cut to the courthouse. No fluff in between.
Big scene.
It's so jarring. It's so funny.
I love this scene so much because, again, it just feels like they were trying to figure out how many different chimpanzee antics they could come up with and stuff into one film.
Hospital, courtroom.
Yeah, those are back-to-back scenes.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's
Literally
awesome.
hard cut to the courthouse. Like, Frank is suing Jennie.
Yeah.
And Frank says, "It's an honor, Your Honor," which I thought was funny. Frank is funny. Dad comes in with Jennie and she's wearing a little dress. And they're like, "Why is there an animal in my courtroom?" Oh, this is
the defendant.
Jennie Archibald, the defendant. Frank is like, "This is no ordinary monkey."
And instead of just throwing this case out of court for being against, like, he needs to sue the Archibald family, not Jennie.
Yeah, he's suing a
He
chimpanzee.
Can sue Hugo.
Yeah.
He can't legally sue Jennie.
He 100% should sue Hugo, and Hugo should go to jail.
Yeah. Be an absentee father from jail.
Yeah, at least he's in the same country. But, like, how did they, like, everybody knows now that they have a chimpanzee living in their house, and nobody's questioning how they got a chimpanzee to live with them in their house. Where did she come from? Is anybody asking these questions?
No one's asking these questions.
Nobody cares. They're just like, wow, I guess you guys have a chimpanzee. It's crazy. And they're mad at Frank for calling her a monkey.
This is like in Paddington, where everyone is a solid 2 out of 10 surprised whenever they find out Paddington's a talking bear.
But that is on purpose and it's funny. Yeah. They're like, "Oh, you're a bear?" He's like, "Yes." "And you can talk?" "Yes." "Oh, okay."
Okay.
It's like so good. Because Paddington doesn't work if everyone's like, "Why is there a bear?" Anyway. Yeah, they're mad at Frank for calling her a monkey because she's an ape. And they say she's being charged with causing grievous bodily injury and being a threat to public safety and also defiling the mail. And I'm like, yeah, that checks out. She is definitely a risk to public safety. She's a threat. She was driving a mail truck around and easily could have killed somebody. So something should happen.
Something should happen.
Judge is like,
maybe
damn.
Say, hey, we're gonna put this monkey in a facility.
Yeah, so he says, like, this is all the stuff she's done, and the judge is like, wow, if she's found guilty, she'll need to be destroyed.
Our house loved this quote.
Yeah, we kept saying, like, the monkey must be destroyed.
I am shocked rewatching this film that we didn't have a high opinion of it as a house on a first watch.
Yeah.
We must have been in the wrong mood for this.
Yeah.
Because this is stupid like a lot of the films that we do really like in the house.
Yeah. Hugo explains that Jennie is very special and a lot like us, and she can answer any questions about the charges. So they bring in a sign language interpreter.
ASL sign language interpreter.
Yes. And the judge was like, fine, swear her in.
We get a scene of the bailiff, like, putting her head on a Bible.
So funny. As if, like, Jennie has religion. And the interpreter is trying to ask, like, why did you attack the mailman? And Jennie's like, give Jennie apples. So they try again, and it's not working. So then Andrew asks.
Making more of a mockery out of this court.
Yeah. Andrew signs like, Jennie, why did you attack Frank? And Jennie finally answers because she likes Andrew. She says, Frank bad. And Frank says, I resent that. I love Frank. Frank bad hurt Andrew. And Andrew's like, oh, it's the letter. It was a letter saying that you're going back to Africa. And she thought I was mad at Frank.
He was like, oh, I got my phone.
Huh. And Pam speaks up. She's like, Your Honor, I believe I
She's
have
the
so much.
audience. She does not need to be here.
Oh, of course she's here. She's like,
But
this is
she's here
opportunity.
for, she's very opportunistic.
Yeah, and the judge is like, oh my god, I love your books. Let's have a recess and I will talk to Pam. And here you go. So then later, mom is looking at a bunch of pictures of Jenny, and the kids are at school, and Hugo comes home, and mom's like, what did the judge say? And he's like, I'm too sad to say it. It's okay, it's better this way. It's not fair you have to take care of the kids and Jenny while I'm in.
No, I'm like, shut up.
Mom's like, you're
Right
serious?
now.
You're not actually considering going back right now. And he says, this is important. And she says, yes, it is. They're going to be devastated. First Jenny and now you. We were just starting to feel like a family.
What's last year mean like if they didn't feel like a
Oh
family?
my god.
This has been like a year, probably.
It's so dramatic. I love that the mom's also just like, okay, yeah, Jenny's
Yeah.
leaving. She's more devastated that like her husband's leaving, which is fair and valid.
Yeah. But yeah, this has been a long process with Jenny living with them. Because again,
Yeah.
we have a minimum of 4 months to her first birthday. And then she learned sign language, presumably fluently.
It's been like 6 to 9 months.
It could be a year.
It could be a year. It could be. We don't know. Absolutely insane. So, okay. Dad goes up to see Jenny into the treehouse, and he says, oh, I haven't been up here a while. You've done a good job. It held up well.
Well, I love this line because it really implies that Jenny was doing interior decoration.
I think he just meant like, you haven't destroyed it. Good job.
Doesn't he say, I love what you've done with the place?
He says you've done a good job.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, Jenny go with Pam today. Hugo no go. And then he grabs her hand and tells her she is a powerful diva from like that was a
Yeah,
thing at the
that
time.
was a spiritual thing
Yeah.
back from when he was in Africa.
And then Pam comes to get Jenny. And this has all happened in the same day. The
Kids
kids
have not gotten to say goodbye.
the kids are at school. They do not get to say
I'm
goodbye.
all the kids out of school for
It's
this.
horribly cruel to
Yeah.
the children.
He's a bad dad.
He's a bad dad. He's just letting this happen. Like, you can't give us one more day with her.
Yeah.
Nope. So Jenny climbs down with Pam. Pam tells Hugo, like, she's as strong as 7 men. What will she be like in 2 years? She needs to be in a controlled environment. It's for the best. She belongs to science now. And I'm like, girl, facts. You were so right for that.
Again, there's a lot of history, both fiction and nonfiction, of why this is a bad idea,
Yeah.
especially into adulthood.
But then she also says, like, I will care for Jenny. And she puts her in a cage in the car, which literally is just for transport, like, but it's symbolic of, like, here she goes into a cage.
And he's like, I don't like this.
So then, yeah, Dad is sitting on the front steps. Andrew comes up and is like, look, Dad, I got a good grade. Sad.
Oh my god, his grades improved with all the love and support. Well, wait.
Wait till I tell Jen.
Where's Jen?
Andrew, where's Jenny? And then Andrew goes looking for her. He's like, Jenny. And she's not there.
So he just gets on his bike and starts biking.
Yeah. Dad is like, the judge decided it was best for her to live with Pam. And he says, no, how could you? And he bikes away. And then later, Mom's on the phone with the cops being like, my son has been missing for 5 hours. Don't tell me I can't file him as a missing person right now, which was like, definitely could
It's
in
a
the real
common
world.
media trope that you can't.
Yeah. And she says, no, not the chimp, my son. Forget I even brought the chimp up. So implied that she was like talking about
it. The whole discussion.
As like, why is he missing? Well, you see, we had a chimpanzee living with us.
Basically his sister.
Yeah. So then Dad comes back. He's like, I couldn't find Andrew. Sarah says, I know where he is. He went to the hot cheese center. Like, melted cheese? He went to see Jenny. The Tamachi Center.
That's the name of Pamela's like research spot.
Yeah. She says, that's what I said. The hot cheese. Hot cheese center.
So.
And they didn't think about that. Literally, Sarah's the only one who thought, maybe he's going to try and see Jenny.
Which is stupid, but it's the most obvious
It's
thing.
so obvious. He had a bike for 5 hours to get there, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More than that, probably. But yeah, Andrew bikes up to the center. We see Pam going in Jenny's room, which is like huge, full of enrichment.
It's a very good spot to be.
It's good. And she says, Jenny hungry? And Jenny makes sad monkey noises. and she refuses to eat and goes to her bed alone. And so
Pam
Pam's
leaves.
like, I understand, and she leaves. Andrew sneaks into the building. He gets to Jenny's room and they reunite with a big hug. But the door locks. When you close it, you can only open it from the
They
outside.
gotta wait until someone comes, lets them out.
So yeah,
They don't have to eat each other.
later, Pam goes to check on Jenny again, and she sees Jenny and Andrew sleeping on the ground next to each other, and she's just kind of like looks at them and smiles. So in the morning, Andrew wakes up on the couch to his parents and Sarah looking over him. And he says, "Where's Jenny? We can't leave her here." And Dad's like, "We're not going to. She's going home."
Reverted on this decision.
Immediately, Pam is like, "You know what? I'm not going to keep her anymore." After one day, I just don't agree with this. But yeah, Dad is like, "I'm going back to Africa. One last trip. We're going to take her back. We're taking her back to Africa. The land she was born on is now a sanctuary, so she should be safe from the poachers." And Pamela's there, and she's like, "Not many chimps raised in captivity can return to the wild, but maybe if you find her family group, they might accept her." And them. I can't believe she's agreeing to this. She literally says, like, "Yeah, chimps usually don't go back."
By the emotion. Fuck yeah.
She was raised in captivity. You can't just put her back in the wild. I don't think she's going to
I
survive.
don't think she's gonna survive, but this is a teacup, so we're
But,
not gonna learn about what happens like 2 days after.
but what happened to her important contributions to science? She knows sign language. That's crazy.
She
But
starts teaching sign language to the chimps.
so they're like, "No, I guess we'll just put her back in the wild."
Crazy.
Jesus. But then Dad asks Andrew to come along, and all the families are like, "Yay, we're all going together. And this is our happy ending, I guess." Like, this movie could have used 10 more minutes, you know? It really could have.
But
But,
honestly, I'm also fine that it's fast paced here
yeah.
because it could anything in this movie that you fix hurts the overall enjoyment I'm getting about it.
Yeah.
The best case of this looking like a good movie, I'm probably getting less enjoyment out of it for like a DCOM standard
Hmm.
than I am with the current final product.
Yeah. All right, so we get our final scenes in Africa. All the whole family's there. They see the friend from the village and in Quele, and he meets the whole family. And then later they go into the jungle and they find the other chimps.
And right now, for some reason, it's just like Andrew and his dad.
No, it's the whole family.
Okay.
But like, okay, so they let Jenny go, and then it's just Andrew and his dad. Like they're the two that kind of
Stay
sit.
and watch.
They go a little closer to the chimps to say goodbye to Jenny. When they let Jenny go free, and it turns into slow motion of Jenny kind of walking away and
To
turning
me, it's so
back.
clear this is slow motion only for the fact that they didn't have enough footage to extend it out to
They
make
had
it
to
at
like
the right emotional amount of time for the screen
they had to
scene.
make it look like Jenny was really looking back at them with intent
Yeah.
instead of just like quickly for a second looking back. So yeah, it's all in slow motion. She joins the other chimps. Yay, Andrew and Dad are happy. And Andrew narrates a bunch of stuff, but the thing I wrote down was like, "Jenny taught Dad something, that we see the world not only with our eyes, but our hearts." And Andrew and Jenny make eye contact one last time in slow motion, and then they go their separate ways. The end. That's the Jenny Project.
Get the end for the song that goes through the plot. Can somebody sing it for us?
Jenny, Jenny, a chimpanzee. She can teach us so many things. Jenny, Jenny, the chimpanzee. It's so weird to have a chimpanzee as a sister.
I realize a different moral than the rest of the movie.
I don't know. There's a crazy song in the credits.
Yeah.
No, we're just kidding. That's the Jenny Project. Wild movie.
We, again, ranked this far too low.
Super low.
I had it as the 96th best. Kelsey had it as the 92nd best.
Yeah.
The overall house ranking was 90th.
Yeah, so just very
None of those are
low.
good numbers.
No, I have it in my D tier. I can move it like high D tier or low C
I had it
ranking.
very low D tier. Like
Yeah.
I could almost convince myself to do low B tier.
Really? I don't think
Yeah.
it's that good. This is not a good movie. We just kind of found some enjoyment from it.
Fair bit of enjoyment out of it. It wasn't even paced badly, which is where a lot of these similar types of movies fall for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of montages though.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. my like headspace for stupid chimpanzee antics was in a good spot.
Yeah, I think it doesn't help that it's like not even on Disney Plus, you know? It's like hard to find this movie. It's quick, it's wild. There's some unhinged dialogue. The score, again, I'll mention it again, the score makes you feel like every single scene is profound and inspirational when it's just like
Mhm.
not. Like they're having the music do all of the heavy lifting for their emotional beats, except for like I do think Alex D. Linz is a good kid actor. Like he did a good job.
He carries a lot of like emotional intelligence for a kid actor
Yeah.
of his style. That's always doing more comedic roles.
Yeah. Hate the dad, horrible father, horrible husband. They don't
See,
redeem him.
if this podcast has taught me anything, it's how to make a podcast, but also bad parents are often more interesting than good
So
parents.
true because when we watch Right on Track,
Track,
boring as hell.
yeah.
Good parents, boring as hell. It's fun to see a dad just be horrible to his I'm not gonna talk to someone who's not mature enough to listen. He never apologizes
No,
for that.
no.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, that's the Jennie Project. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. I guess we just gotta figure out what we're watching next.
We gotta spin the wheel.
All right. What do you think it's gonna be?
I think it's gonna be Kim Possible, so the drama.
That's what I was gonna say.
I
I'll say Twitches, I guess.
think you said it last time.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be right one of these times. I mean, you did take the one I was gonna say, so if you get it, I'm gonna try and claim the dollar off of you.
Our next movie.
Is it Kim Possible Still the Drama?
No, it is
Thank God.
Upside Down Magic. Wow.
You know what?
I'm so excited, actually.
We liked Upside Down Magic. I don't know if it's aged as beautifully in my brain, but I'm really excited to revisit this one.
When we started our marathon, this was the newest DCOM at the time.
Yeah.
And we didn't watch it live, like it was already out.
It was the most recent one to the start. That Skin
Yes.
was the first one we saw actually
Yes.
since we started.
So I'm really excited to revisit the one. I only watched it the one time. I never revisited this one, so I'm excited to revisit it now.
I'm really curious at how it holds because it genuinely could be better than I remember, worse than I remember.
But yeah, so very excited. It has one of our favorite DCOM characters in it, so excited to talk about that.
Inspire the name of it.
Yes.
So tune in 2 weeks to hear more about that. I guess once again, if you want, send us mail.
Send us a
gmail.com, YouTube comments, yada
Okay,
yada.
blah, blah, blah. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hi everyone, it's Benji from the future here. I can't believe we forgot to mention in our podcast that there's not a single lawyer in the courtroom scene. Like, what the hell?
Like, Frank is representing himself, and Hugo is representing Jenny. There's no lawyers.
There's no lawyers. This movie felt like more on the shoestring budget. Maybe they spent all the money getting their chimpanzees actively sourced and humanely dealt with. Because, like, they couldn't get an actor for that. They couldn't get someone. They got the ASL interpreter. There's no lawyer. What is this legal system? This feels like a Judge Judy case.
Maybe that's what it was. It's their universe's version of Judge Judy. Anyway, that's all we had to say after the fact. Okay, bye.
Scenes from our next episode.
I am a magical student, and I'm going to the magical school.
This is definitely not Harry Potter.
Nope.
Don't think it's Harry Potter.
There are 5 houses about what kind of magic you can do.
Everyone gets one power, and hopefully yours is a good one, like shape-shifting.
Talking
rather
to
than
animals. That one's cool too. Or you could
pull stuff towards you.
levitate 2 feet off the ground.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty
Oh,
crazy.
there's a spooky magical book. I wonder if it's gonna corrupt any of
I
the
wonder
students.
if it's evil.
Is it just Return to Halloween Town?
No, it's better.
Yeah.
And then, these guys' magic is fucked up, so they have to be sent to the janitor's closet or whatever.
They just forget how to use their magic and become human.
Yeah, that is the plot. Oh my gosh, this plot is wild. And the best character Script. Whoa.
Goodbye.